Did your voice just go down like a few beats only because my voice did?
Yeah, I have to be lower than you.
We mimic each other, and
it's nice to hear your voice through headphones.
oh really?
Yeah, it's much better.
I always start by saying
Oh, that's me. Wait. No, I want to be in control. Yeah, there we go. Now I've turned you off.
Am I completely off?
You're completely off. It's all right. I'll turn you back up. I'll
Thank
turn
you.
on, Mel. I can still hear it.
The pleasure of text, like texting.
Yeah, sure. We don't do that. Oh, we haven't been doing that lately, actually.
No, not much at all, really. We've been kind of quiet and not quiet. We had a bit of a spurt during the Christmas break period where we were talking to each other a lot.
Yeah.
I had the worst Christmas ever.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened, Mel?
No, nothing really much. It was just a hot, weird tonality vibe.
Weird tone.
Weird tone. Weird tonality. You know, we got evicted. We found a new place, which is good. That's all stressful. Income, work, all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's not fun. Roland Barthes. You know, Roland Barthes.
Needs a bath.
No, but like his name, like that's a name that we know. We always know the first name. Like you just don't go Barthes. You always go Roland.
You never go Barthes because that's not his fucking name, Mel.
Or how do you say his name?
Bart.
Bart. Is it
It's like
Barthes?
Bart. It's closer to Bart than it is
I've
Barthes.
always said Barthes. Because it's my dyslexia. Like I always say it. I'm not going to like, yeah.
It's all right. You can own it.
All right.
But I have put a small b. So it is.
Yeah. Okay. Why did you do that for?
Barthes. Because PowerPoint thinks Barthes is Barthes, not Barthes.
Oh, you just let it correct itself.
It's like, well, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you didn't
Right.
go back and
No,
see, I would do
I
that.
did this morning
Yeah, I know.
while you were doing sweet fuck all.
Well, no, it wasn't. I was having a coffee. I got up. Anyway, yeah, you're right. I was doing sweet fuck all. You don't have to do this.
Do what?
This.
Oh, this with you.
No, this we have to do because it's just I don't know. It's the only one thing I have with you. I have things with other people, but it's the only one thing I have with you that fulfills me for about a month. Like it fills me up, and I go,
I think, you know what? I don't think it's me. I think it's this room.
No, it's you.
Oh.
But it's you and the room. It's the chemistry of this. It's
site specific.
It's something that like we've done for a while. My star signs.
Yeah.
We haven't done this for a while.
All
We
right.
haven't done this for a while. You were like, this is the thing about rubbing off, right? This is the construct. Like I was rubbing off on you. What's really cool about rubbing is it's got this sexual connotation as well.
Yeah, that was implicit, if not explicit.
Well, I didn't make it. Like I was saying it literally, but now I'm doing my hand gestures as well. Like I don't know if you can.
We can hear the fan.
ASMR. Oh, look at my sweat. It's just like
It's dripping. The aircon isn't on in this room, everyone, so we are getting
Hot.
sweaty.
rubbing off on each other. But my star sign, so it was about the star sign.
Sorry, what's your star sign? I mean, I know what your star sign is.
Pisces.
I wasn't going to say that, but great.
Which was my birthday a few days ago.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No.
Yeah, it was. You forgot this year.
Shit. I mean, I've forgotten every year, but really, when was it?
Yeah, and you know what? I finally, it's been 2 years. I put your artworks up in the new house. Like before they were up on mantelpiece.
Oh, that's right. I got you. But did I give those to you for your birthday?
Yeah.
Shit.
I changed our, what do you call it? The topic, the category.
Category.
You can have different categories for different things, right? So when I upload this to that evil website that we won't mention, I changed the category to comedy from art.
Well, you are
art theory.
Very, very funny.
No, I thought you are.
Oh.
Yeah, we are.
No, you're the straight guy.
Yeah. I don't know what we're talking. Pleasure of text. Roland Barthes.
This is why I need to do slides.
Yeah, I know.
So
It
Roland
just takes us back.
Yeah.
From that uncomfortable little bit of momentary uncomfortableness, and then we just like there's a gap, because I can feel the gap. Can you feel that gap?
I feel that gap.
I felt the gap. It's like, where do we go from this gap?
You're always creating gaps.
Me, Didier, and Jack on the weekend on my birthday, we went to see on Saturday. We went to see a refugee show at Ashfield Bowling Club, of all places. They had to move there, and it was like centered around Palestine, and some refugee artists. Some artists running the organization were part of it. A lot of comic book art. It was quite cool. Like there was like some really good illustrators. Think of heavy metal bands. Think of a Palestinian Lebanese heavy metal band. I think they're the guys that run it, and the type of art that would go on a cover like that. That's the type of work it was.
Yeah.
When we were there, we were talking about how an image can change. Now, I'm talking about it with Didier because he's not really affected by art like we are.
Yeah.
Right? He's 18.
Yeah.
He didn't even do art in year 11 and 12, but he's very creative, right? Yeah. And Jack and I were, and Jack's like in the art world. She studied here. All her friends are your friends, but you've never met her. I said, we saw a picture of a cock somewhere, a dick, like a scribble, I know I keep on talking about it, I'm just obsessed by dicks. And I said to Didier, when you see that, what do you see? Is there an aura? Is there a vibe to the dick, right? And he goes, it's just a picture of a dick, right? And that's why I love that he's not been affected by art. He just sees a picture of a dick. And I said, what if, right, a woman scribbled that on the wall? Does it change the artwork? And Jack was like, yeah, of course it does, right? So knowing the artist, knowing the person that did it, why does it change the actual illustration? Yeah. And that's what I love. That's what I'm trying to get back to with your work. Knowing you, if I saw that in a gallery, right, without the context of you, I see nothing sinister in it. Yeah. But knowing you gives it that fucking sinister, that cock. It's been done by you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, I went to say that.
I'm bringing you back. Star sign.
So the star sign.
So you can finish.
It said, because it's the year of the horse, there's a lot of optimism with the year of the horse.
Is there?
You don't think so? It's because it's a fire horse. So once in every 60 years is there a fire horse. Yeah. But I feel like once in every 60 years, there's that specific animal anyway.
Yeah. So every year is a once in
every 60 years, right? Because, there's something ox, there's metal ox.
Yeah, diamond
snake, yeah. So the snake year was a bad year. Yeah. For a lot of people, unless you were that snake or whatever, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But the fire horse's optimism, it's a lot of, wealth. I'm just going for wealth this year. Yeah. So it said, whatever you've done in the past few years in repetition, you should do that. And that will bring you abundance and wealth.
What, so this year it's going to work? Like
whatever we're doing.
You repeated it.
Well, this is the first thing I thought about.
Oh, okay. So you think this is going
to work?
This is going to bring us wealth.
This is going to bring us a fucking lot of wealth.
Better come up with an idea, because it's certainly not at the moment.
Well, it's not an idea. It just had
it's just going to happen. You just repeat it.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So we don't have to do anything.
No.
Okay.
We just keep on finding the same thing, and you keep on doing it and 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 doing it. But you can't show the person that you're doing it all the time, because they'll get bored of you. So you just do it and keep on doing it and do it.
Right.
And do it.
What? So we should keep doing these but not release them?
No, I don't know. We should release them.
Yeah.
It's collecting. It's a collection. It's a collective consciousness, Tim.
Don't Jung me. We've discussed this.
Oh, I don't like Jung.
You can't have Jung in this room.
Yeah. I'm not into... Is Jung the collective consciousness?
Mm-hmm.
Well... Maybe it's a collective of materialism.
Just go more woo-woo for me.
Yeah, collective materialism.
Yeah.
Collective, yeah.
I like that.
Well, and what this is, it's the immaterial that we're collecting and making into the material. Wealth.
Yeah.
Money.
So if you see us in the street, just give us money.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I think this is a time that we just drive and we just do this. This is our job now.
Yeah.
Like the other stuff that we do, that's not a job.
No. This. Yeah, we should make this.
This is our
labor.
job. Yeah, this is our labor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
So does that mean you're going to do some fucking slides?
I can. I wanted to do slides. I wanted to talk. You know what I wanted to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about the image that I had of you that I made.
The AI image.
Well, I think
wasn't.
it's kind of like it's using AI, but it's not only using AI because it's using all the photos I've had of you. It's scraping, it was collecting. It's kind of research, right? I did use AI to collectively make an image from you. Then I photoshopped it and put things in and all that stuff, right? But it was really like.
Should we use it for the cover for this? So people
Yeah. And it was fucking good.
Yeah. I mean, I know how I feel about it because I looked at it and I want to be like that.
It took
like
images.
AI made me better.
It scraped the image of you, the face of you from when you were on your TikTok.
Yeah, when I had my wig on.
Your wig on.
Yeah.
But then, like, it just put everything together beautifully.
Yeah.
The only suggestion I made was for Sydney Sweeney to be in the background of you as a poster. And I think that was, like, it did a poor job. It's like, I'll just put a real picture of Sydney Sweeney in the background, right? Yeah. But that was fantastic. And then it turned it into that weird gaze. Do you know that gaze? What I loved about it was like a very contemporary...
Oh, like a model gaze.
Yeah, not a model gaze. You know, like the Olympia painting?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You, like, instead of lying down, you're up, right? But there's
the same look.
There's the same look. And the weird thing is you've got your phone in your hand almost like it's taking a selfie. So the gaze is like a very contemporary gaze because the gaze is coming through that... Sorry, I burp. And this is going to be great for the Brett Whiteley and the kind of like, you know, the...
Looking in the mirror bullshit.
Yeah, the looking in the mirror bullshit. I don't know why they love that bullshit. It's got to do with the gaze, like but the artist
double
in
self-portrait.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Why do people fucking love that shit? I don't know. So that double...
So you get more. You get more. It's like putting a fucking mirror in a porn set.
Yeah.
You get more than you want. If you like go through like the history of like Velasquez and stuff, they're always putting fucking mirrors behind the models so you can see their tits and their ass at the same time.
Is that right?
That's right.
I'm so conflicted. Can you look up when the Archibald's due?
Oh, like soon, like a month.
Yeah, I know. At the end of this month, right?
Yeah.
Like
30 days.
I don't know what to do because I was doing that at work and obviously this stuff has happened at work.
Yeah.
So I might just paint it myself, but it hasn't got the same meaning if I paint it myself.
No.
Can we find a student here?
To paint it for us?
Yeah.
Probably.
Do we go halves in the prize money?
No, you can have it.
No.
Yeah, I know. I didn't finish that sentence because I thought about what I was saying. It's like 150K.
Yeah. So that's why you didn't finish it. Because we will win. That's if there's someone like, I don't know if we'll win, they'll probably think it's complete rubbish or we will win. The only reason we won't win is because the portraits of you.
I'm sorry, who has been in the Archibald with a portrait of myself and who hasn't out of both of us? Mel?
Don't you think, right?
Just
I've got to say
your
this.
Cock out for one of the Archibald.
Yeah.
That
it wasn't out. It was in. I was just holding it from the outside.
Right.
So you couldn't see it. It was in under. And I sold that. It's really weird. Someone bought that.
Not that weird, mate.
Yeah, I know. That's hanging off someone's. Yeah. That wasn't for the Archibald. That was for the win.
The win is landscape.
Oh, is
How's
it?
your body? I mean, I guess your body's a landscape.
Well, it had the background
Sulman?
in there. Sulman, that's what it was. Sorry, wrong one.
Well, let's talk about the pleasure of the text.
Let's do it.
Roland, who needs a bath, wrote this in 1973. Have you read The Pleasure of the Text? Probably not.
No, I don't read much, Tim.
Yeah, fair enough.
I need to read more. I really do. I've got heaps of books that I need to read. I've got time now. I was reading for performative aspects on the Metro.
Oh. How did that work?
It's good. It's kind of like, it's weird because I'm reading, but I'm also performing reading in a place where everyone's on their phone. And I'm doing it as a guy. Like I'm using that male kind of like, I don't know, do you know what I mean? It's like hot men reading. There's an Instagram account on that.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it, it's very performative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're a hot man reading?
Well, I've made a book cover over the book that I read, and it's called Hot Men Reading. So I put that on there. So just in case anyone looks over, like I might be reading something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's nice. It's my little gift.
Gift to the world. To the
gift
Metro.
to the world, yeah.
Metro community.
You know when you find art on the walls? Like little things, like they're intimate.
Yeah.
It might be a cute little drawing of a penis.
Yeah.
Or a cock. Or I don't know, 1312 or a ACAB or I don't know, something. And it's like an intimate little place. Do you know what I mean? It's been vandalized.
Yeah.
I feel that's me. I do that for people.
You're the tiny little cock. On the wall.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh.
Yeah. Look at that. There's a moment.
It's cute.
Yeah. It's performative.
Didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But there it is.
Yeah. Being aware of your performance is very important.
I do actually show your picture to quite a few people. You have some really hot pictures online.
Oh, do I?
If you just Google you, like the first image that comes up from
they're not hot pictures.
From the thing we can't talk about.
Yeah. Which one?
A hot picture.
The Tony Abbott thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hot picture.
Is it?
Wow, people respond well to it.
I don't like it.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I made a Field account for DB10.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
Field is a dating app. I should show you. And it's just got DB10.
You see, you do all this stuff without my consent.
Yeah, it's only got the poster of me and you on it, and
With
our
the
name is
fucking butt plug behind it.
Yeah, and it's got our name DB10 on it, and it said in the profile, listen to us on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
On DB10, that's it.
All right.
So it's like an advert. Do you know what I mean?
I can't understand why we don't have tremendous success. Yeah. Should we gaslight people?
Should I have done that on your consent? Because it's not really a picture of you, and it doesn't say your name.
No, it's totally.
And it's like it's
funny. Now we're a comedy podcast.
Yeah. No one's liked it. No one. You know how they swipe left and right and all that stuff,
no
or
one's
up and down. No one's swiped.
Yeah. No one's given us a rub.
Yeah. What's great is that Tim writes the slides. He edits the work. He paints my painting. He bought me a coffee. I feel like, I don't know, what do I give you? What do I give you, Tim?
I feel like I have sinned in a previous life against you.
Really?
This is my reparations.
Because I fucking love hanging out with you, and I feel like it's because, I don't know, I just realized I take so much without... No,
you don't. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. That's what you do. You get me to do stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's really sweet. And I choose you.
Oh, okay.
That was sweet. Pleasure of text. Look, you've done a lot of work.
I haven't actually.
Let's give you.
You know what? I even only put in like 5 slides because I knew that we weren't going to get very far.
Is that? No, there's 7 there.
Is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh yeah, that's not a fucking touchscreen.
He wrote this in the year that I was born. Again, it's all about me.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
I was born in 1973.
Huh?
Yeah.
There you go.
Fucking old cunt.
You are an old cunt.
Yeah.
So I was reading this over Christmas.
No, I wasn't. I was not born in 1973. It is not my password. It's not at all. I don't have that on my
ATM
screen.
code.
It's not my ATM code. It's not where I keep the keys in front of the house. 1973 is not the one.
Can you guess what number I use for everything?
Your 1981.
That is my birth year, but that's not my code.
Your code DB10.
Oh, that would be good. But
Yeah.
no. It's just 6969.
No way.
Yeah.
You don't seem like the type.
I know. That's why I chose it.
Like you do
No,
sound
I
like
guess
you
it-
do.
you do,
did
but I do,
porn
but I
studies.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Far out.
I know. I chortled to myself when I was like, I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
It's really fucking stupid.
Hey, why don't we talk about porn more? Like
in
art and
general,
porn.
or us?
Yeah, because that's your thing.
I don't like talking about my thing
Why?
because I've come across as a wanker. I mean, sort of literally, I guess.
Can I ask a question?
Actually, I think we do. We talk about sex a lot, Mel.
Yeah, but like we flirt.
Voids and holes
We
and
flirt
gaps.
heaps, right? It's like two straight
It's
guys
flirty.
flirting.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
kind of dumb.
It is dumb.
That's why I know people listen to us. It's like fucking two white guys flirting. The other white guy thinks he's not white because he's Greek. Like fucking hell. Like I know the criticism. I know the critique out there, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I get it because we are. We are a
that.
product of
Yeah.
the fucking shit society that we live in. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. I haven't been okay with it for a long time.
Look,
It's
honestly,
the year of the horse, man.
you're just a hot man reading a book.
Yeah.
Not this one though.
Yeah.
Haven't read this one.
I haven't read.
You know what I did? I actually
I've heard a lot about him. I've heard heaps about
You
a lot of
taught
people.
him.
I taught him.
I
A lot of
haven't read
people read Roland,
Yep.
and I get the message. And I love it. And I've read like snippets of, quotes and essays and things that I need. I just don't go the whole end. Like I just don't
You
read the
finish.
whole.
You
I
know,
don't-
we've discussed this.
Yeah.
You just fluffed rolling a bit.
Yeah. I do that everywhere.
Yeah.
I just take what I need.
Yeah.
And I go, that was good.
Yeah, because you're a white man.
Yeah. I'm a white guy living in a black land.
Pleasure of the text. So I read this on holiday, and I did a unforgivable thing, which was I read it while having my feet in a pool, and I took a picture of me reading it. So speaking about like you, hot man on public transport, I did the classic holiday read of like I'm sitting here reading Pleasure of the Text, which I haven't read for like 20 years, and my feet are in this like clear pool, blue pool, and it looks really good, so I'm going to take a photo of it.
Can I have a look at the picture? There's too many pictures. We should just release our pictures.
I'm deeply ashamed of taking this picture.
No, don't be deeply ashamed. Can I just see what's that?
That's my thumb.
Okay, sorry. I was a little bit grossed out then. Sorry,
My
guys.
thumb. So the thing about the pleasure of the text, and I'm going to deliberately misread it because that's what I enjoy doing, is that he talks quite a lot about it. I mean, it's quite a pornographic text, actually. Speaking about pornography, he does talk about to say it as his like. It's a kind of number one example in the book. But anyway, the thing that he's interested in is the cut between these things that I put down here, right? Now, the main one in the text is a cut between pleasure and bliss. We sort of talked about this before, where pleasure is something that is sort of like predictable, something that you're in control of, something that you narrativize as like a fantasy, if you like. So you kind of control. It's when desire gets turned into fantasy. You sort of you control it through the narrative itself, which pushes towards spectacle, right? And it pushes towards like ultimately fascism, that kind of idea that pleasure is something that should be entirely containable and like predictable. And then the flip side of that is bliss, which is like the self-shattering nature of pleasure, like of desire, that goes to such an extent that it shatters the self. We've talked about this before.
Have we?
Yeah.
When?
Like heaps of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't remember.
This is why we can talk about the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Anyway,
repetition.
It's very common within this school of philosophy from Bataille on to talk about that kind of the self-shattering nature of like orgasm, but not just orgasm, of pleasure, of extreme pleasure.
Libidinal economies.
Of the libidinal economy, yeah.
Why we make art.
Yeah.
Pleasure, bliss.
Yeah. So, pleasure and bliss is one axiom. Pleasure pushes towards fascism, spectacle and narrative. Bliss pushes towards maybe communism, but definitely nihilism, the aura and noise. And then under that, another way of thinking about this is that pleasure tends towards administration and maintenance, the maintenance of a particular fantasy, right? Whereas bliss tends towards world building, in particular abolition, right? So it's destruction of the self, destruction of the world, so that something new can emerge. And then lastly, the difference between comprehension, which is pleasure, like you comprehend your own pleasure, you work with that comprehension to create the narrative, to create the pleasure, the history, the spectacle, blah, blah, blah. And then on the other side is incomprehension, which is obviously noise. So these are kind of the axioms that Roland Barthes sets up. However, the thing that he's interested in throughout the whole text is the cut between them. So he's not saying one is better than the other. He's saying like the oscillation or the moment where those two, where pleasure and bliss meets, is the interesting thing. That's the kind of tension. And you kind of need a bit of both. Like if you go full noise, then there's kind of nothing there as well. And if you go full pleasure, then you're in full fascism. So he's trying to explore how, fuck off. Right. How these two edges kind of sit together.
Okay, if you go back, sorry.
Yeah. Up.
So the pleasure side, the administration side, the maintenance side, the comprehension side goes towards fascism, the spectacle of the narrative. Where the bliss, so the orgasm, where the world building,
world destroying, world building, world destroying, yeah.
And the incomprehension, so like if I explain that like the material, the immaterial, the opposite sort of thing, you're right?
Yeah.
Is towards communism, nihilism, aura, noise. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like see how it almost feels like it's kind of like the Marxist wheel, where
the
it feeds
base and superstructure.
Yeah. Where it feeds itself.
Yeah.
Is it kind of tied together?
Yeah, so that's a kind of a good way of thinking about it, in that it is like it's both influence and inform one another.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're either one or the other. It's always latent, but the more you move towards one, the more repressed the other becomes. And so for him, he's kind of interested the moment at which you most, I mean, obviously he's more interested in the bliss, world building and incomprehension side, right? Because he's not a fucking fascist. But he it's almost as though he's saying, in order to get to this side, the nihilism, aura and noise side, you need that tension between, like you need that recognition, if you like, that you're kind of crossing a boundary. So it's that moment of the crossing the boundary. And in fact, he gives the example of, again, to use like the erotic terminology, he says like the most erotic part of the body is the gape between clothing and flesh. So it's sort of like you need, if the clothing is the fascism, right? Because we know that you want to run around nude at the end of the world.
And nude is the communism.
Nude is communism. Nude is bliss. It's like nothing matters. Everything's like incomprehensible. And clothing is the symbolism, the fashion, the sign, but it's also the covering up, the repression, right? Yeah. So he says like the most erotic moment you can have is the glimpse or the sight where the clothing like falls and you can kind of see flesh, but you also can't see flesh because it's kind of hiding it. It's cast into shadow. Yeah. And so that's the knife's edge, what he talks about, the cut between the fabric and the flesh. Yeah. And you need both. You need the fabric and the flesh in order to experience that.
Okay.
And that's the kind of frisson.
Yeah, it's a kind of a sense of voyeurism too.
Yeah, there is definitely,
Yeah.
which is really important because obviously he's talking about writing, right? The pleasure of the text, and so really what he's saying here is that the pleasure of the text is so the fascist side, if you like, is when the reader is dominant.
Yeah.
Right. So what he says is basically, if you write a text, if you're an author, right, and you're writing a text and you write a narrative that is easily understood, that it fits into a genre, that is, like any fucking genre film or anything else, right? But in text, he says what you've done there is you've put the reader in control of your text because they know what's going to come up, right? They know what's going to come next. And so they're directed by their own fantasies, their own pleasures that they're putting onto your text because your text is predictable, it's comprehensible. And he says what that means is that you do the thing that everyone does, which is that you skim stuff, right? You read quickly to get to the good bits in the text, the next bit of action or whatever. And he's like, the author doesn't know which bit you're going to skip. That's why the author writes the whole thing. But it's written in such a way that you are in control of which bits you don't like. And so you're going to speed read through or skip to the next chapter. Yeah. And so it entirely places the reader in charge of their own pleasure of the text. And the author kind of disappears in this. The other side, the Bliss world building and incomprehension, is imagine a text that's just noise, right? Finnegan's Wake, right? That no one has ever read or will ever read because you have to read literally every word because you can't skip it because you don't know what's important and what's not important. Yeah. And so he contrasts these two things where either the author is in complete control and forces you to read every word, but you're bored shitless because there's no comprehension. And so you just stop reading, right? Or you say you've read it because you want to look like a wanker. Or the other side, which is where you give such a generic narrative and text that that everyone can read it and everyone does read it, but they're not actually reading it because they're skipping through it. They're just having their own pleasure as they race through the narrative itself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
God, I've made sense for once. So, what?
No, just flicked my finger up. That's all.
Yeah, but you're doing the Greek sculptural pose, you have a point, like Socrates.
I'm holding a plastic chair on my fingers. Do you know, the plastic outdoor chairs? I'm just balancing it on my...
I did not think of that. Why did that get in your head?
I don't know.
Do you do that?
Yeah, just there's a plastic chair on my fingers. Look... I didn't want to say anything. I totally agree with you with the writing. I understand what I was thinking. Okay, there was something that I was thinking when you were saying that because I'm a visual person. I was thinking, wow, I started talking about the performative aspect of reading in public. Mm-hmm. And then you said that. So it's so do I fit in the pleasure bit or the bliss bit or what is that aspect of that performance?
Yeah, because you're the reader who's not reading.
Yeah, I'm skipping the text.
Yeah, you're skipping the text in order to be seen as though you're reading. You're reading.
Yeah, but I'm taking on the performance. I'm actually reading the words there, but I'm not. They're not. Yeah. They're not doing anything to me.
Yeah. So it's a performance of reading as reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I like the things you do, and I don't know why, and it annoys me.
Yeah. I like the things you do. I like the things how you got to that, and we can some weird voodoo that we push them together and create this tension.
I know, we're just perfect for each other. All right, so let me read a quote. Two edges are created. What? Oh fuck, that's an autocorrect. All right.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
Just fuck off with your Roland Barthes.
Okay.
Again.
All right. Sorry.
Actually, you know what? I don't think that
really pisses me off. The Z pisses me off. You know why? Because I find it American.
Yeah, I think it was an American translation. I copied it from actually.
Okay.
I don't think it was autocorrect.
Yeah.
Whatever. I would read it in French, but I am stupid and can only speak English.
I thought you could speak French.
Huh? Why do you think I can speak French?
You?
What about me pronouncing these names makes you think I can speak French?
I don't know. Just you can speak. You're bilingual, right? No. You're the smartest person I know.
Yeah, that's not saying anything, Mel.
I thought you were bilingual.
No.
Okay.
I'm barely lingual.
I know. You
lingual. That's
you can
a good name for a
barely lingual
porn fucking.
But I like
side.
that. Barely lingual. Barely lingual. That's great.
Erotic.
That could be the name of this work. Barely lingual.
Barely lingual. Two edges are created: the obedient, conformist, plagiarizing edge. So that's the fascist side. The edge that is to be copied into its canonical state, as it has been established by schooling, good usage, literature, culture. So all the ways we learn how to read, blah, 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 it's fed back to us. And the other edge, mobile, blank, ready to assume any contours and unexpected contours, which is never anything but the site of its effect, i.e. bliss, the place where the death of language is glimpsed. It should be with a D there. So that's the nihilism, right? That when you write incomprehensibly, what you're really doing is proving that there is no meaning in the language itself. So you're gesturing towards a kind of nihilistic death drive within language. The other side, which is the pleasure side, is this ignorance of grammar, because you have a belief in the fantasy, and you're fully engaged in the fantasy of the text itself, such that the text disappears. Whereas on the other side, it's the text that comes into focus, and you glimpse like the meaninglessness of text itself, and so all you're left with is this sort of bliss of self-shatteringness, because your identity also doesn't have. It's just a set of symbols. Neither culture nor its destruction is erotic. It is the seam between them, the fault, the flaw, which becomes so. I kind of like that as well. It's the cut, right?
Yeah.
It is both like creation and destruction. It's the seam between it, and maybe like that's a good definition of abolition. Like
the lacuna, right? The seam between the bit that you see underneath the clothes.
Yeah.
That's I love that.
Yeah, the little
Foucault's
gap.
Pendulum.
Yeah, it always comes back to Foucault's big swinging pendulum.
But isn't that about where it's touching?
Yeah.
The gap between the two. Yeah.
And you can think about like there's so many interesting. I always think of that, like when you walk past like terrace houses or whatever, and that line between both houses, they're connected, but for some reason they paint them different colors or whatever, and so you get this seam between private property. It's never like it wants to be a clear line, but it's not.
And there's always fighting about who owns, because like you can never get it right on.
Yeah.
So like you own a millimeter of my house.
Yeah.
Which is worth 10.2 cents or something like that.
Yeah, but that seam, that kind of build up of paint at the seam, is that's the erotic bit, right? Because it's the uncomprehensible. No one owns it.
Yeah,
like there is a spot between houses that no one owns, or is contested.
Yeah.
So that's also how I think about it. What pleasure wants is a site of loss, the seam, the cut, the deflation, the disillusion that seizes upon the subject in the midst of bliss. So again, he's talking about that. It's not all pleasure or all bliss. It's like that space between pleasure and bliss. The excitement comes not from a progressive haste, but from a kind of vertical din, the verticality of language and its destruction. Now, why I put that in is because, the director, Elias Suleiman, the Palestinian director?
No.
The Time That Remains. Have you seen The Time That Remains? Oh, fuck, man. You got to watch that movie.
I'm going to put that in my phone.
On YouTube. Everyone can watch it for free.
Yeah.
It's been put out on YouTube. But he talks about his direction as he's only interested in vertical time, not horizontal time. Yeah, so I'll give you an example of what it means in the film. So there's a scene in the film where in an obvious sense, the film just jumps around time all the time, right? So it kind of it ignores a notion of horizontal time, right? Of chrononormativity. But in the film, he says there's always an infinity of vertical time, whereas you're always restricted if you go horizontally. And the example that in the film is he's blindfolded and he's about to be shot, and the soldier says count to 10, and I'll shoot you when we hit 10 if you don't tell me blah blah blah. Anyway, so he starts counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's a pause, and then he jumps to 10.
Yeah.
Right. And so in that moment, he's refused horizontal time, right?
Yeah.
He's like, he could get another 5 seconds of life, but he's refusing horizontal time in order to escape into vertical time, where in that moment, because he's gone from 5 to 10, he's gotten time back.
Yeah.
He refuses, he's taken agency off the soldier, the gun at his head, and has made a joke essentially, as the sort of last act. But Elias Suleiman talks about how those people who have no horizontal time can escape into a verticality.
Is it a new movie?
It's like, no, 2008.
Okay.
But obviously very relevant. Always relevant in terms of vertical time. But it's funny as well. So he is and he talks about this as well. He's like a Charlie Chaplin. He has a kind of slapsticky kind of absurdist kind of humor, where he's, you know, how Charlie Chaplin's always just kind of dragged along through historical events. He has a similar kind of approach to like having both no agency, but then seemingly is at the center of all this stuff and impacting everything around him. Yeah. But anyway, when I read that, I was like, oh, fuck me. That's that I'd like the kind of vertical din. Yeah. It's such a beautiful description of noise, but also of this like refusal of like the horizontality of property. But also the capacity to refuse time in that kind of way. Yeah, I love that. And that bliss, you know, and maybe that's also like the death of orgasm is that kind of like suspension of time, right? It's a kind of vertical moment. Yeah. Or like a near-death experience. I know you have the same kind of thing, right? Where it's like often described as like floating above your body, whatever, like this kind of vertical movement that happens in time. Yeah, I love that. I've got to see this movie. You do. It's fucking great. And it's, as I said, it's quite funny. Like it's like so tragic and so funny. It's he's a great director and he acts in it. Like he's the primary actor. I'm finding it hard and share this with me as a feeling, right? There's like I have this block and I feel like that block is like the evil stuff that's been happening through the monetization of algorithms. That it's like I'm affected by it. It's traumatized me. Yeah, totally. And I mean, also that's why you'll note I kept saying when I say, oh, you should watch it, I kept saying it's a comedy. Like, it's funny. Like to sell it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. To like, you know, because I know exactly that feeling. Like I like if someone said that to me, I would go, I should watch that. I'll watch it, but then I probably wouldn't. Yeah, and the weird thing is if I start watching it, I'm like 2 seconds in, I'm hooked. I want to watch the movie and I'll take it away, and it's important that I have that in my body. Yeah. But it's that gap. It's I guess that tension between actually finding the time and sitting down and spending that instead of escaping. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's right. That's exactly it. Because escaping time is more the fascist fantasy, right? It's like I just want to go and sit in a dark room and watch fucking Marvel for an hour, right? It's very predictable, blah, 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 blah. But this is, you have to give yourself vertical time in order to watch it. And that's hard. Like it's hard to find that. It's hard to like know how to get in that headspace. Yeah. But you know the difference. So vertical time, right? If you can explain it again to me so I can understand it, is almost like it's almost like a rebellion against language that Roland Barthes is talking about, but not only language, but the construct of horizontal time, which is linear, right? That's what we're talking about. So, and that linear time is built into the industrial system. Okay. Yeah. So the industrial mechanism of weaponry of war, like that's how the factory, right? Yeah, like starting with industrial capitalism, that notion of like working to the clock, you know, all those kind of things. But then it's also chromonormativity. So it's also like you are supposed to get married at a certain age, have kids at a certain age, retire at a certain age. That's a good way of thinking. Like all of these things are supposed to be set for you before you even start your fucking life journey. Like my son just turned 18 and I made him buy a beer, right? Yeah. Right. Exactly that, right? And now he can vote, right? Yeah. As though he wasn't fucking able to have a conscious thought before 18. So these things are like, chromonormativity, or like the horizontal time, which is so ingrained into particularly Protestantism. So this idea of saving, like you save for your mortgage, or you save for your wedding, or you save for your holiday, right? And all of that is horizontal time. It's this thing that's going to happen in the future that you hold off pleasure now or bliss now because you want to like accumulate to the point where that saving pays off. That's all horizontality. Verticality is the opposite of that. It's like destruction of that idea that there's anything worth saving for or saving yourself for, and rather being in a moment where you can experience a bliss that is essentially infinite. So it could be half a second, like that half a second between him saying 5 and 10 is a whole lifetime that he has. And so it's about trying to find a way of it's almost stopping time. I mean, not quite, but it is that kind of thing where suddenly you're in another time frame.
Yeah.
Where all that kind of like pressure of what's coming next kind of dissolves because you have laid claim to that moment for yourself. And you're experiencing that disillusion of narrative.
Yeah.
Which is probably a better way of saying it, actually. It's like the death of narrative is vertical time.
Wow. I love that. It's almost like if your body is the Palestinian body, right? It's like that refusal of like the construct of the colonial imperialist construct.
Yeah.
Right. So that refusal is vertical time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're still in that time because it's one's going this way, one's going that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're still in that time, but you can escape while you're in it. So, like a good example, like the Palestinian example is good, but also there's that. I think it's Faith someone. Fuck, I'll drop the name in.
Waiting by Faith Wilding, 1972.
Her poem, her performance piece, "Waiting" from the 1960s, which is also similar to like waiting at a checkpoint, right, where you're just taken to the side and you just have to sit there for like 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever, right? In that poem, she's talking about like how much waiting women do, like waiting for the right man, like waiting for marriage proposal, waiting to be asked out, waiting for a baby, waiting for the baby to go to sleep, waiting for this. And it's just this repetition of waiting, right? And so that idea of like when you're locked in or feel like all you're doing is waiting for something to happen, kind of that's both fated, like it's gonna happen, but it seems a long way away, and also you're supposed to pleasure it, you're supposed to want that, but and you don't. Like it's just gonna happen. What do you do in those times of waiting? Like how can you like even like the very fucking mundane thing, your fucking bus is delayed, or people get angry. It's like, fuck, gonna wait another fucking 10 minutes or whatever. It's like, what do you do in that moment? Like you can either like get frustrated by that, or can you find that vertical time?
Performative stuff. That's what I do.
Read on them.
But I do that. Yeah. Like exactly when you're saying that is my time of making art, is that waiting time. Yeah. Because there's no other time I can make art. Yeah. Like where's my studio time? Where's my leisure? Where's the comfort of my pleasure that I can sit alone and paint? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're constantly waiting. You have demands. You have dependence. Yeah. You have rent to pay, or like mortgage to pay, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like you're constant. Your dependence. You're dependent on. You have a dependency. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So the only time for me to make art is in that waiting time. Yeah. Or in the time that is forced on me, like in class. Like I was talking to Laura the other day, and she texted me from New York, and I was like, how's New York? And she wants to come back, and is in love, and experiencing that time that you're just talking about, right? And we're talking about art, and she just acknowledged the time that I make art. I'm setting you a task, of a vertical task. Can you just
resisting this?
Can you talk? It could be a repetitive notion. It could be like making art. It could be like using your voice as an artwork. It could be like making nonsense, but you're not allowed to have a gap. So that is even if it's a breath, even if it's not, it's all right. Even if it's bilingual. Can you do it in French though?
Fuck off, Mel.
All right. Okay, I'm going to take my time on this one.
Well, now people know what you're doing, and you wanted me to cut this out.
Well, no, like...
Mel is getting up. I'm doing the task that he asked me to do, and he's finding this really hard because he needs to fucking talk all the time. And now he's walking out in the room, and the door is shut. So I will try and do what Mel has asked me to do, because that is all I ever do, is try and please the Mel that sits next to me every week. And so I will talk while the sound of that fan is annoying me. It sounds like a drill, like a dentist drill that is digging out my teeth. Speaking of which, I do need to go to the dentist because I have 3 impacted wisdom teeth, and I don't want to go because they're going to tell me that they need to be pulled out, and I don't want to have a general anesthetic, which means I will have to be conscious the whole time and watch as they rip a massive teeth out of my head. 3 massive teeth out of my head. I've had one removed in the chair while I was fully conscious, and that was a weird experience. In fact, the dentist could almost not get it out, and he was pulling as hard as he could. And that wasn't great. And there was heaps and heaps of blood. And then I went home, and was not good. Anyway, that's what that sound reminds me of. And now I am looking at the slides. I do have something else that I wanted to talk about today. And I just see I'm a shit. The reason I want to talk about the next thing is because I know everyone hates listening to this, and that's why I put it in. But I wanted to talk about one of the latest Sabrina Carpenter songs, because I hate her. Oh, he's locked out. I talked that whole time.
Did you?
I did.
I don't believe you.
I did.
Can you stop it and press play?
No,
and
hear it. No, but I will. Once we finish the recording, I'll
really want
to on that.
I really want to hear it.
Oh no,
this is the best bit about it. It's like listening. Can you? Can we do this?
What?
Enthusiasm. Fucking hell. Like my you guys could feel my face muscles just go up. Like it's like I was in explosive mode. I was like relieved. I was like, can we it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to even talk to you about it. It's like we don't do. I just have these ideas. I'm an ideas person. They just come to my mind. I want to say them out loud, but I know that what was. You know that what was.
What
that what was. That it's not going to happen anyway. So just talk about it. Do you know what I mean?
Like, talk about it.
Just say it. Right. This is why we document this stuff, because nothing ever happens. But like, what I was going to say is, can we do this, just force ourselves to talk alone, but to each other, and then we get to listen to it.
Then what? And then respond.
That would be.
Didn't we had this idea before? Well, you had this.
But
idea
no response. We just mesh them together without a response, without hearing yours and mine, but we edit it together.
So we just both talk for like an hour each.
Yeah.
And then just put them together.
Yeah. Like a complete, what was that? Incomprehensible.
Yeah, well, we could literally just we could layer them on top of each other.
Yeah, but we have to, for it to be authentic, right? We can't be in the same room.
No, we have to record it separately.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
That's cool.
That's something.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not as shit an idea as I thought it was going to be.
Oh.
Did you feel that was authentic?
I look, it came to me. I was like, because you know what? I was really curious of what you said, and now I won't get to hear it until
what do you mean
later.
You won't get to hear it
later
because you don't. Yeah.
And so it's almost like the camera, right? Like
I can tell you what I talked about.
No. Well, you can. Can you tell me?
No.
Why? But you can tell me.
I'll tell you. I could tell you.
You could,
but I'm not going to. I will tell you. It wasn't about you.
I didn't. Honestly, I knew it wasn't about me. I wasn't even thinking it would be about me. That's why I was curious about it. Like, what is it about? Why isn't he talking about me?
So this is Sabrina Carpenter, the best worst pop singer around.
What is your fascination with Sabrina Carpenter and Sydney Sweeney? Sydney Sweeney?
Sweeney Todd?
No, Sydney. Sydney
Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah. And the other person, which is
Chapel Rowan.
Chapel Rowan. Yeah.
Chapel Rowan is cool, but obviously Sweeney Todd and fucking Sabrina
Carpenter aren't. Wasn't she cool recently? Didn't she do something cool?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's never done anything cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. We tried to do it like a kind of queer reading of her.
Oh, and I know.
Yeah.
Over here.
Which no
one listened. No one. We should just get rid of it.
That?
Should we just axe that?
Well, no, because I'm now going to do it more. See, it was so unpopular that's why I wanted to do more.
I know. Bring it back.
Yeah.
No one's going to listen to this one because we're talking about.
I won't put that in the title. It'll be a jump scare.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
And then everyone will just
bring it back. Bring it back. I don't even know who that song is. I feel like I've done that song here before.
You have done it quite a few times. Yeah.
That's terrible. That's like the trauma of the 80s. 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know when I heard that song.
Like it's not.
Yeah.
Anyway, so her latest song, so she's like, classic white girl, Disney princess, literally Disney kind of princess, child actor, becomes sex with symbol in massive quote marks. And one of the things we talked about last time we talked about Sabrina Carpenter was how she performs sex in an incredibly unsexy way that is seemingly completely, it is entirely fantasy on the line that we looked at. It's entirely pleasure and no bliss. Like there is nothing unexpected here, to the point that I think something interesting, like I originally was trying to say how Sabrina Carpenter operates not at all for straight dudes but for straight women as this kind of safe space where straight women can be express or have a fantasy of each other rather than a fantasy that involves men at all. I don't know if that's true. I think it was a very fucking generous reading of a pretty vacuous pop star. I don't want to like shit on her for no reason, but and maybe this song actually goes in a much darker place that does make her interesting, but I think again completely by mistake or like not intentionally. Anyway, this song is called House Tour, and it's one of her latest like pop songs that is like fairly popular. And what it is all about is inviting a guy over, you go out for a movie. It's a whole entire pleasure thing, right? So you do the movie with the guy. It's the waiting thing, right? It's a fucking horizontal time. So what do? You have the movie, you go to dinner, he drives you home, and then you invite him in. Right, that's the narrative of this song, and the very thinly veiled, impossible to miss fucking metaphor through it is she's going to give you a house tour, and of course her house tour is her body. Right, she's like, come in and fuck me. I've got 3 floors you can use. Blah blah blah. Don't enter by the back door. It's like, oh, you don't want to work that fucking me. Right, really really bad, and really fucking obvious. Whatever. It is what it is. But it is a very comfortable, obvious fantasy and narrative and white girl narrative. What I find fascinating, though, is the one line in it, which is, so do you want the house tour? And then she goes on to say, I promise none of this is a metaphor, right? So I'm like, okay, this is fucking weird. I know the only reason you're using the word metaphor is because it rhymes with tour. Okay, fine. And you're kind of trying to do a wink, but it is so incomprehensible as why you would say, and I promise none of this is a metaphor, that I think we end up in an incredibly interesting and dark kind of place. Because if we have the pleasure of the text, right, if we are just to accept that this is just fantasy, right? In her mind, this is just, obviously, she wants you to skip through the good bit, which is like, I'm offering you my body, right? Listen to this song, but really I'm offering you my body. And of course, the song is a metaphor, and you just skip to the bit where you
But it's also consensual, right?
Exactly right. Yeah. Exactly right, right? So the pleasure of the text is, as we've said before, is to ignore the author, right? It's the dominance of the reader, right? So the dominance of the reader is to ignore her own words, which is, I promise this is not a metaphor. Yeah. It's like, well, fuck you, I'm not going to listen to you. Yeah. Like, that's not important to my fantasy. Yeah. Or I'm going to read that as a no means yes. Yeah. And of course, to read the house tour is offering a body to the guy who has a self-driving car, blah, 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 right? So here we have the fascist narrative that pleasure comes from the reader defining the fantasy against the author. Normative pleasure is affirmed through the metaphor of home ownership, right? And particularly the suburbia and the car. So it's a very, like, not only is it a very obvious metaphor, it's a very safe metaphor. Yeah. We all straight people understand, or white straight people understand, as to why, like, home ownership is directly, like, connected to sex. So, or something, that, like we said, like, it's cruel optimism. It's this idea that, like, once you get a home, you can have good sex, right? Because you've achieved the thing. So heteronormative sex is understood as the only meaning of the text, right? that's how the reader is supposed to define it. So the house is a comfortable and easy metaphor. The sex is naturalized through non-consent, right? So it has to be read against her words, not a metaphor. So again, like that, any sex that occurs in the suburban home is consensual just because it is in private property. And this non-consent is permitted because it's heterosex, it's blonde and it's white girl, essentially, or young woman. And it's naturalized and just assumed that that's what she's offering. Because that's all she can offer. There's obviously like elements of homophobia here as well. Like the just don't enter by the back door is interesting because it's such a like anality and anal sex within pop songs was like kind of edgy but not edgy for a long time. But now we have, and even Sabrina Carpenter has played with it, right? Yeah. But now the kind of white girl purity, like heteronormative, white reproductive futurity kind of guy thing of we need to make more white babies means that anal sex has become dirty again. So don't enter through the back door is against, say, Jennifer Nash's reading of black anality and like in particular like the connection between blackness and anality and how the black hole is something that can be reclaimed through bliss, right? That there's an excess within anality that would be destructive to this fantasy, right? So
why black anality? Why not Greek anality? Sorry, I am constantly reminded by white people how much Greeks like anal sex, and I always feel like I always think not only anal sex, bisexual.
Right.
Because it's very like you can have a girlfriend and play with men. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's. I think I've said this to you before. I don't know if it's been in here, but the fascination that the other has with it. Right. So the other being the non-Greek, right? Like, Greek style. Like I've heard it so many times. It's a strange thing to be imprinted on you.
Yeah.
Like it really is. So the other will never know that imprint but they only know it as a fantasy.
A fantasy, as a fascination.
As a fascination.
Like it's both, both, but it tends towards bliss rather than fantasy. Like there's a kind of fantasy in there, but it's bliss because there's like a disgust in it, or like a desire and a disgust, or like I kind of want to do it, but I don't want to look like I want to do it, or whatever, right? There's an otherness, as you rightly said.
And how openly it's discussed.
Yeah.
Like this is the thing. Yeah. Like if I turned it around and said it about the patriarchal culture, I would be deemed as saying something really rude.
Yeah.
Right, but the how. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah. Well, so black anality is different for Nash. In obviously, like she's focusing on.
I get it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can feel it. I can.
Yeah. So it's obviously links to histories of slavery and the buttocks as being like symbols of fertility and stuff like that. And so Jennifer Nash like looks to the arsehole as, instead of like refusing or going away from the buttocks, going in, and finding like a critique, in the buttocks that is against fertility, and also kind of reclaims a kind of dirt that is associated with slavery and ghettos and all that kind of thing. So it's sort of like a reclaiming through black anality, but then also why whiteness is opposed, and white heteronormativity, and someone as clean as Sabrina Carpenter is now defining herself against anal sex. Despite the fact she's supposedly permissive to everything, and she's saying, like, refuse my consent. I refuse my consent, but don't fuck me in the ass.
Okay.
And it's like, we're playing that game. It's like, so no means yes, but you know the lines of how white people are supposed to fuck. So that's the fantasy, right? That's what she's kind of presenting to us. Except, like, even in just half a second, the thinking about this, it's completely nonsensical and confusing as to what she's singing about, because. Not only just for what I said, which is like at the most basic level is just a dumb pun or a dumb metaphor, but there is something I think much darker going on, which is that reading I just did is reading it as pleasure. Now let's read it as bliss, right? So what's happening here, I think, is and I've always said this about her, and I said it last time as well, like, there's such a vacuousness and emptiness to her, which again is not a criticism. I actually think it's something really interesting about her, that all her performances, she seems like a doll, like just soulless. But she's using that. Like there's a reason she's kind of giving that out, which is again kind of maybe death of the author, and so that we can all project our fantasies onto her. Remember how Obama said, "I'm a blank screen on which people can project their fantasies." It's like, well, you have to do as a black man because otherwise you're a threat if you project anything. But Sabrina Carpenter is doing the same thing as the white chick that all other white women want to be or have a fantasy of, and white men want to fuck. She has to be this vacuous emptiness in order for that projection to occur. But what happens is, like, when you get to this song, you kind of get to an endpoint of that fantasy where it goes so far into the pleasure side and the narrative side, it starts actually becoming bliss, because it's so empty and nihilistic that you actually have to, I think, you actually start to see the underlying structure of what of all that she's doing is being this sort of structural entity. And there's nothing like the administration, the maintenance, right? The comprehension, all that kind of fascism that has layers of like sexiness and fantasy put onto it. But underneath, it's just fucking fascism, right? It's just ugly exploitation. Mm. And this is what I actually think this song is about, because not only exploitation of her as a body, of her going, I promise you, like, even you just think about how you say like, I promise you, this isn't a metaphor. Don't abuse me, right? This is kind of what this could be saying on one level, but I think it's even more than that. I mean, again, that's a fairly like straightforward reading of refusing her own words. But if we read it for the bliss and insist on taking her words seriously, then it seems incomprehensible, because it's not only just a refusal of her consent, it then doesn't make sense of anything else that she says after it. So if it's not a metaphor, then what is it? Right? So we take it seriously, it's not a metaphor. So on one hand, it's the fantasy unmasked, right? So the narrative unmasked, we get rid of it. So there is no sex being offered here. There is no eroticism being offered here. The guy that she's bringing around, she's literally presenting her house to, right? Horizontal time. She's presenting private property. Like, that's what she has to offer, is that I have a house. Yeah. You have a car. Right? There's no sex or eroticism. It's just like, we make a good match because you have a Tesla and I have a house. So come in and I'll give you the house tour. It's kind of just real estate. All it's saying is like this. There is no eroticism in settler colonialism. There is no eroticism in fascism. It's just the ownership of property and of consumer goods or whatever, right? The capacity to control other people.
What's the aesthetics of eugenics? You said it last week.
Euthenics.
Yeah. For the euthenics to work over here, it exposes the euthenics in a way. For the first time, 2 white people get shot by ICE in America, and all of a sudden, everyone's everyone's like going, let's arm ourselves. Yeah. Let's fight the fascism, right? Like, it's all over. Everyone's talking about like kind of a, don't want to say civil war, but say civil war. Yeah. And that there is like, no, this shit's been happening to black and brown people and still happening. The whole reason that ICE exists is for black and brown people. Wow, this is like, it's yuck. Yeah. But it's not funny at all. This isn't funny at all. But why do you bring the non-funniness to this comedy?
It's this comedy podcast.
Yeah.
So let me read, speaking of non-funny, Walter Benjamin, 1936, writes, fascism attempts to organize. It's 1936, just to remind everyone out there.
How old is Walter Benjamin?
Should we get him on the podcast?
I'd love to.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him.
Let's
all right.
Get Walt. Let's get Walt.
I'd love to get Walt in.
Yeah. Yeah. I reckon he'd be a cool guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Walter.
I like Roland too.
Yeah.
I think Roland would be more fun because he'd be all sexy.
Do you reckon?
Sexy French guy.
He's French, right? Yeah. What kind of name is Roland? It's a very English name. Roland Barthes.
Yeah. Barthes. Yeah.
I didn't say Barthes.
He did.
I did want to say...
I know, Barthes.
Death of the Author.
Yeah.
Is that part of that same reading? Is that the reading?
Different text, but it's like around the same time.
Yeah, yeah. 1973.
But this is from 1936. Stop fucking with me.
Sorry.
This is Waltz, not Roland.
Okay.
Fascism attempts to organize the newly created proletarian masses without affecting the property structures which the masses strive to eliminate. The masses have the right to change property relations. Fascism seeks to give them expression while preserving property. The logical result of fascism is the introduction of aesthetics into political life. Benjamin is describing what Sabrina Carpenter is unintentionally saying, like quite directly here. Fascism gives expression. Now, it gives expression. I don't actually think to Sabrina Carpenter. I think that she's just the vessel. She's the author. Yeah. It gives expression to her audience. And the expression is their fantasy. This is the narrative. It's the spectacle of them being able to watch this and just consume it in the very easy skip forward way of like, oh, I get to fuck the hot white chick. Right? If I'm a good white boy that doesn't ask for anal sex and has a self-driving car, then I get Sabrina Carpenter. Right? That's the expression that fascism gives. However, what Benjamin is saying is that what fascism gives you is that expression, that fantasy, while preserving property. In fact, in order to maintain property. Remember the first slide. One of them was maintenance, administration. Is the fascist administration of property itself and not changing it. So Sabrina Carpenter is telling us, like, you can have me, but actually all this is doing is maintaining property. The only thing that we're doing is maintaining property. You might have a fantasy or a narrative or anything like that, but we're just maintaining property structures under all of this. So Carpenter and the fantasy of an audience is an expression, but it is not liberation. It's not a liberation through sex or bliss or anything. There's not even any sex here. The property relation remains. So the bliss of the song is this absolute nihilism in the song that she has given up sex. You know, like there is no sex here. There is no desire here. That I don't even think there's pleasure here, at least not for her. And at a certain point, the audience... I would hope the audience kind of realizes that. Unfortunately, all that means is that she will no longer be the hot pop star, right? Because she's not sexy anymore, because she's kind of pushed it to its ultimate fantastical end, which is the destruction of the fantasy itself and just the underlying property structure. So the cut between pleasure and bliss, we are pushed to feel a certain fantasy, but the cry comes back that this isn't a metaphor. Like, don't fucking fantasize. Don't jerk off to me. There's no poetry, there's no fantasy, there's no desire, there's only property. So it reaches and ultimately, and I think strangely, and I don't think intentionally, but look, Sabrina, when you listen to this, and I know you will, if this was your intent, please reach out and come on the podcast because I'd love to talk about it. That it reaches an abolitionist and incomprehensible position by the logic of following the fantasy to its ultimate endpoint. It is, and she is, the death drive of late capitalist culture.
Can I say... I am going to say, I'm not just going to... Why do I ask
I can fucking stop you anyway.
Why do you want her on the podcast?
I don't really want her on the podcast.
I'd love to have her on the podcast.
If this is true, even if it's just an intuitive... even if she's just really depressed and there's this like intuitive depression that's coming out in her songs, then it'd be great just to talk to her and go, look, I see you. It's okay. It's cool. I get it. Just become one of us.
So... I'm just going to put it out here for everyone. You would have people on the podcast if they were super well famous celebrities.
Yeah.
Or Miriam Tubbs.
Tubbs, yeah.
No one else.
But if you get a super famous celebrity, that's fine. Yeah. Well, so you can tag her in. I don't know.
I'll. That's my job now to get her onto the podcast. What about, say, anyone that's super famous that you can critique?
Yeah.
And talk to.
It has to be super famous.
Super famous people.
Yeah.
Celebrities. Like, because I've never heard of this person before.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I hadn't either.
Yeah.
I stumbled across her.
Yeah. But there's, okay, cool.
There's a goal for you, man.
It
would probably increase our audience.
I would like them on here for you. Like, I'd like to do this for you.
Oh, thanks, Mel.
Yeah.
Well, you go do that for me.
I'm going to do this for you. And it's not a metaphor.
As not a metaphor, exactly. Okay. She has to come on as herself. This would be her change. This would be her shift into being an artist. Davies messages me as well.
Oh, does he send you weird memes?
Yes.
Yeah, he sends me the weird memes too. Yeah. Okay, we have to bring this up with him. Maybe
I was supposed to have lunch with him at 1, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, he told me let's have lunch. Okay.
well, let's finish this and have lunch.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.